Hi there, it's KB and I'm back with another video. This video is all about aggregate functions in SQL. I thought this topic was pretty fascinating, so I decided to split the content into multiple videos. Before I begin with part 1, I ask that you please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoy the content. Alright, well, let's get started because this is where the fun begins. You're probably wondering, what is an aggregate function? Well, an aggregate function is when you calculate multiple values in a column to return a single result. I learned that there are at least 5 different types of aggregate functions that will be commonly used in SQL as a data analyst: the count function, the sum function, the average function, the min function, and the max function. So let's talk about those more. When it comes to the count function, within aggregation and within SQL, the count function can be used to determine the number of times that a number or word appears in a column. The sum function, think of that as the plus sign in math. So it's just adding up everything and just giving you a total of numerical information in a column. The average function, it adds all of the data in a column and then it divides that data by the amount of numbers that you use to get that sum, that total. Whenever you're using the min function, it just runs through the information in your column and it lets you know, out of all those numbers, which number is the lowest. And then the max does the complete opposite. It'll run through that data in the column and it'll give you the low or the highest value in the column that you're seeking data from. So in my first video, I imagined that I was a data analyst working at a fitness facility. So I just wanted to provide examples that align with that, so we can just keep a nice little flow going for the purpose of providing examples. So let's imagine again, this is what we're doing. I'm working at a fitness center. I'm a data analyst. An instance in which I would use the count function is that's estimating the number of times that a member referred someone to the facility. If this facility was creating a rewards program and they wanted to set a standard for people to receive rewards, then this count function could help them establish the foundation for that rewards program. The sum function could be used to estimate the total, keyword total, number of facilities that have more than 1,000 time slots booked. So maybe like a yoga studio, you might have 1,100 time slots booked. But how would you know? You'll find out through using the sum function. The average function, it calculates the average, right? So an example would be for a fitness facility, the number of times a member booked the time slot for a certain facility. That could be perfect if they're if it's a new facility and they're just trying to get a flow or understanding of like what the standard may be during a certain season. How many people should they expect to book during a certain time of the year? Which times of the year may produce higher volume? Which times of the year may produce lower volume based on that average function number, right? Min function. So let's say People want to know the lowest employee salary amount at a facility. Inflation is crazy these days. So maybe stakeholder wants to know that because they're reevaluating salaries and they want to incorporate inflation changes so that the employee may feel more comfortable about extending their tenure at this facility. And max function is the opposite of the min function. Let's say they want to know the employee salary amount or the highest employee salary amount at that facility. That person who's making big money. Yeah, the max function. Get you some. I'm so funny, y'all. Don't mind me. Anywho, thank you so much for tuning in. I am quite the character, and you'll see that as I advance my knowledge throughout this journey of learning SQL. So stay tuned for part 2. I got more for you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.